Henry Benfield was his driver.
Yes.
I brought, God, it is amazing that Sarah's still with me because, like, I brought her to the racetrack for the first time, and I go, and you say, come over to the bus.
Right,
and so
I
I go to the
remember.
bus, and I knock on the door. Henry answers, and he says, that ain't the girl you brought last week.
We had some good times.
I swear. I was like,
Well, his first.
and I'm saying, Sarah, this is Henry. He's kidding. I didn't bring a girl last
I
week.
bet he's kidding.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. I mean, he's got a name. He's got everything. I'm like, I didn't stop. She's not buying. This isn't funny, Henry. He's like,
Henry,
she was hot.
if we could have Henry on the show, the stuff he did.
Oh, God.
So we was at Charlotte, and this is my first attempt to really understand Henry. So when we were racing the Busch cars, you know, Pete Babb.
Yeah.
Pete.
Yeah.
He always made sure my hauler parked right next to their hauler.
Yeah.
Well, now I know why. Because all the officials would come over and eat.
Yeah.
Because we always had plenty of food. So I'm hot. Friday we're getting there to the track because we're going to qualify the Cup cars, and Friday we have to practice or something for the nationwide race, the Busch race, and this official, this security guard, out at the end, I don't have my pass. It's in the bus, and I'm driving my 90 whatever, my red pickup truck, and the son of a bitch hits my mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa! I said, listen, you son of a bitch! I got out of the truck. I said, this is my vehicle, and you just hit my vehicle. Well, I told you can't. Well, thank God the state troopers come in. And now I'm really mean. I'm really frustrated and hot, and the officials see it. So I come in, and they said, Spence, calm down. What happened? They says, that son of a bitch, they done that to us, too. I could take care of it.
Henry's going to take care
And
of it.
son of a bitch goes through the audience, through the garage area, collects all the lemons and lemonades he can. Fills the damn cooler up with lemonade and puts 3 or 4 bottles of Visine in it.
Yeah. Do you know what that does to putting Visine in a drink? You'd still be
It's no lie.
if you drank it.
And so he goes out with that cooler. So the official takes him out on the golf cart with the cooler, and the state troopers are there. He will not give anything to the state troopers, but every one of them security guards. Now listen, what that bastard does. He goes into the toilet. And
Took all the toilet paper?
No, he sprays it with gasoline. Now you talk about being on top of runs and burning your butt on top of it. Okay, roll
My
on.
gosh.
He was
NASCAR,
ruthless.
even all the officials, all of them.
Oh, yeah.
The guy that inspected the carburetors, all night. So once quick. So now we're at Phoenix, Arizona.
That's right.
So Mike and I, we'd sit on a pole with the yellow freight car. We were pretty happy, the whole 9 yards. And my buddy TC was a hell of a cook. So we would come into the motorhome, and whoever wanted to come in my motorhome came in. We didn't care. Mike knew. Get on in here. Well, when the door was locked, that meant you couldn't come in.
Don't come in.
But anyway, so Mike and I, we're hungry, man. We're banished. Well, they got a dozen of donuts here on the thing. But TC's cooking taters and onions and steak, a hamburger steak, best meal in the world. So I'm going back to change. And I see these donuts. And I said, hey, Mike, I said, look at that. We're going to donuts. Go ahead, Mike.
I wouldn't eat those if I were you. And we're like, I mean, Jimmy's ready to pound them. They're chocolate.
Oh, they
got
were
this,
gorgeous.
It was Phoenix, but it was late in the year, and
Oh,
it
yeah.
had this chocolate on it, and it was melted, and it looked hot. And man, they looked big. Those big donuts. And he's like, I wouldn't eat those. And by the way,
He opens the microwave up.
and we see him, and then he's like, watch. And
Oh
by the
my
way,
God.
we're not making fun of somebody with a speech impediment. This is just how
No.
Henry does.
No,
Right?
no.
So Henry takes that plate and he goes out and he passes these donuts out to all the security guards in the motorhome lot. And what that chocolate is X-Lax. And those security guards are just hoofing them. I'm talking bow,
Oh,
bow,
he's good.
bow. And we're watching. and out the window, and I'm like, this is bad. Well, what had happened is this is before there's a tunnel that goes underneath Phoenix International. It's a crossover on the backstretch. Well, they locked it up for practice, and Henry got stuck on the outside all day.
Couldn't get in.
And so he went to Walmart, bought donuts, got the X-Lax, came back, doctored him up, handed them to every guard that was complicit in not letting him in the track. And he padlocked all the porta-johns except one, to which he doused the toilet paper with gasoline.
He was awesome.
Those
Funny.
guys,
It ain't funny, but it is funny.
those guys, the next day we show up for the cup race that day, and all of them guards had been replaced. Henry goes, where'd my friends go? Well, they all called in sick. That was the life right there. Benfield would be something.
So Mike's first job
man.
was with you as a PR guy, and he says that he had two jobs, right? Two responsibilities. One was to get you to the driver's meeting, and the other was to get you to intros.
Yep.
And you skipped the driver's meeting on purpose at Daytona because y'all wanted to start in the back.
No, I didn't skip the driver's meeting.
But like hell, you didn't.
No, I missed driver introduction.
Whatever it was, I'm telling you, I was so.
I got a memory on this.
You don't forget. I've heard.
Then he was going to get fired.
Yeah.
I was getting fired. Listen, Jimmy, I'm going to tell you something. You and I have never had this conversation, but I still have PTSD over that week. And you know what? The people that know and train over there may have even been aware of it. But the fact of the matter is that I was so green. I got the job. I was working as a newspaper reporter on a Tuesday in Albany, Georgia. I make a move to Charlotte on a Wednesday, and they fly me to Daytona on a Thursday. Speed Weeks has already started. This is 2002. I didn't know anybody, never been on an airplane, didn't own a credit card, didn't know anything.
Could you have had a better guy teach you than me?
No, I could have. I probably could have. I could have. In the big game, no. But that week, you went out of your way to make it hell. Now, let me just give you a couple
I got
stories.
used together with him.
Listen, I credit you for a lot of this stuff, but hold on. Let's talk about this week because they said, listen, Jimmy is, he's got this new ride at Ganassi. I don't know anybody. I mean, can you just imagine? I'm so new. It's like everything's so big. I didn't know anything. They go take me over to Jimmy to meet him, and he does this thing where it's like, and he walks off before he even shakes my leg. He's like, oh, what? And I'm like, what the hell?
Too
They're like,
slow.
this is just Jimmy. And then I come back and he's like, what's your name again? And I said, Mike Davis. He's like, oh, yeah. And then he walks off again. And I'm just like, is that a good impression? I don't know. Did I do something wrong? And they're like, and it's Bill Lyons who's walking me over there.
What a jerk.
So listen. So then it's like, okay, your job is this. You got two jobs in your life as a PR. This is what I'm told. All you got to do is get him to the driver's meeting and the driver's intros. That's your only job. And by the way, we're going to win this race this weekend if you don't screw up. Listen to me.
We were going to win the race.
Dude, don't you remember testing? Which you wouldn't have tested the car, but the Finch cars, those things were stupid fast.
So what happens? We qualify like crap, 21st or 22nd.
I think you were better than that.
No, we weren't, Mike. And I said to Reno, I said, Mark, man, we're in a freaking snake's patch. And I said, I can't miss the driver's meeting because that goes against me with Ganassi. I said, I just missed driver's intro. So Finch and Mark Reno and myself knew it. Mm-hmm. Well, he didn't.
No,
so
I didn't know. I'm knocking on his door.
Pat says, calm down. He says, we're going to miss driver intro. I got my suit and everything on. Well, don't worry about it. Oh, now we go there, perfect, because we missed driver. And I ain't never in a guy. I says, Mike, take care of me. Easy, don't worry. I'm going to lose my goddamn job. First day on the job, I'm going to lose. I says, no, you're not. I says, I got you back. Don't you
You didn't say that.
I did.
I would have loved that piece of advice.
I told you.
I would have loved it. I've gone 15 years thinking that I was, dude, you didn't say, I got your back. No, I was done. In fact, I was like, freaking guy, man, he missed intros. I think he did it on purpose. But why would anybody do this on purpose? It doesn't make any sense. And Lyons is telling me, you had one shot at this. And so I'm like, I'm done. And And then you are leading the dang race. You win the race, by the way.
did.
Yeah, you win it.
I think you won it. I blew up.
You blew up with about 20 to go, but you were leading the race from the back in 22 laps. It was the most amazing thing I'd ever seen. And this car's stupid fast, but I didn't think it mattered because I thought I was done.
Remember when we had, this was ongoing, right? Now, Finch only cared about one thing. You didn't get hurt, but you won.
That's right.
Don't get hurt, but win the race. And my wife loves this sucker, and we took to him like no tomorrow. And Bill Lyons comes in, gonna get him fired. Gotta fire him. I said, "Come in." So we're at Talladega, and me and you get together, just racing. You had pushed me. I rub the fender, I blow the right front tire. I don't blow it. I get a slow flat. There's about 10 laps to go in the race. I hit pit road. I go, listen, that's stupid. We're going to save the car for, another thing. So we hit it for Talladega, the second Talladega, when I finished second to that no good damn Todd Bonine, my partner. But anyway, so I come on the thing and he comes in and where would you tell those people you parked that car? Do you realize we represent yellow freight? And he's going on. I went into the hauler. I says, James, I quit.
Yeah, I didn't. I didn't say that. Bill Lyons
Bill
said that.
Lyons, not
Bill
Mike.
Lyons,
He's
yeah.
with me. Oh, and he's smiling because he's happy. I said, let me tell you something, you son of a bitch. I quit. And Finch goes, oh, no, you don't. You ain't quitting. I says, well, that's somebody. So we got rid of him that way. He couldn't be around the thing. He was the man that was holding the account.
Oh yeah, but this isn't a bang on Bill Lyons story. This is just
I
simply
know.
like you did put me through my paces.
But
Look,
he was. You know what? He was a good guy, but he was still a jerk. Because Mike, I wasn't going to crash the car.
No, I know. You want to go crash the car. Look, this is what I was going to get at. Going back to your point, you and I told Dale this. I literally believe that I am here because of you. And I do, and I don't even know that you know that or you know why. And I'll give you a couple examples. One is, I'm pretty sure I got it on good authority that I only got the job that Danielle Randall hired me to do that job with you.
Danielle.
Because they were having
Danielle.
a hard time hiring people. Like and I never knew why, but I think you were not. I think
misconstrued.
You and your I don't. What does that even mean?
I don't know.
I don't even know what to do with it. I'm not reacting to that. Strike it from the record. So
I think that people.
I don't know if you were as easy on PR reps.
I think I was very easy on PR reps.
You were?
Oh God, yeah. Everyone at R.J. Reynolds, all of them.
That's true. They loved you.
They all loved me because I would do anything they wanted. And I did more than my fair. I think it goes back to the media portraying me to be a no good son of a bitch.
I think people had you wrong.
You know that.
This is what I was going to say. I think people had you
he'll wreck
pegged
you.
wrong.
Mike,
but even off the
do you
track.
remember I told you the story? We were racing in New England. I was racing at a track, and the guy got wrecked at another track, and he says, that goddamn Spencer wrecked me. And he says, Spencer's not even here. Oh, that was last night. That's how bad it was.
Yeah. So
That's how bad. And I told him, I said, Mike, do you remember when we went to Shangri-La for the...
Do you know I got punched in the face at that place?
In the Hall of Fame?
No. Do you remember this? I didn't know if you remember Shangri-La.
Were they swinging it
At me.
Jimmy and Miss?
No.
Hit you?
No, they were swinging at me.
Why? What did you say?
This is awesome.
Again, we go
What did you do?
we go to Shangri-La. We go to at the time it was called Tioga.
What did you do to get
Tioga.
punched? How'd you get punched in the face?
I'm about to tell you. We're racing at Michigan or probably Watkins Glen,
Watkins
right?
Glen.
And so you, me, and Tony Stewart go over to Tioga, old Shangri-La, to do kind of one of those event nights. And Tony Stewart is racing in a couple races, and that's also a funny story because he got wrecked out of the lead.
Yeah.
And he got to put into that that foam wall.
Foam wall.
And he waited on the guy. He took a big foam chunk. Do you remember this?
I remember.
And the guy comes by under caution, and he slams and wedges that foam piece right into this front windshield. And then it became this big thing. And the crowd is going crazy. Like, there people are climbing on the fences. And this is like, I'm like, what a zoo this place is. God, who would ever come here? No civilized person would ever do it. I had no idea what was about to happen. You go do an autograph session, out back or front or wherever it was, and you signed for about an hour. I mean, Tony's running another race, so you signed, but eventually we got to go, and so I cut the line. I cut the autograph line. I go stand in the, whatever the end of it is. Well, some dude with a couple little girls walks up, when there's about 3 or 4 people left, and so we're wrapping it up, and he's like, now he's going to get in line, and I say, I'm cutting it. Or, this is the end. He's not signing anymore. And he's like, well, I don't think so. And I'm like, well, yes, I think so. And then he commits to taking a swing at me. And that's what he's doing. He's laughing. And so, in fairness to him, this other guy, like, I'm probably wearing cargo pants and a polo shirt at Tioga Speedway. I probably was the most punchable person there. I mean,
you were definitely overdressed.
Yeah, I probably had one of those little multicolored pins in my pocket and whatever.
Oh, yeah.
So, I probably could have. Yeah,
I remember you did carry that multicolor pen.
I know. I love that multicolor pen. And so
what the hell is that?
So I'm like, man, this place. So Tony Stewart gets in a fight. I get decked, and Jimmy's laughing, and he's just like, hey, welcome to my life. Like, welcome to my world. And he just thought it was fun. But that was what those years were like. It was it was a lot of fun. But it was let's just say I didn't fear for my safety when I went to work for Dale.
Life is best lived in motion. And that's why Tire Pros gets you ready for all your driving adventures. Whether it's along corners and curves, across city and state lines. Because we're more than just tires. We're auto care too. Tire Pros, so you can focus on the road ahead.